everyone, welcome to the world of English with Sakshi Khanna once again today, but with different concept, and that is all about the NDA curriculum for 11th 12th. Be very careful as your exams are approaching very near, so we have to prepare all the terms, minute as well as the majors. In that series today I am taking two topics, that is gerunds and infinitives. You must have heard about these two concepts in your schooling. Don't worry, if you haven't, then I am here to elaborate once again from the root what is that, and gerunds, infinitives, rules and regulation, why it is important to use, where are they used and why they are used, what is a rule, what is a principle for using them specially, and what is the usage in our English paper. So basically these gerunds and infinitives will help you to find out the errors, spotting error question, because for that spotting error question you need to be well versed in technical grammar. So this portion will cover the same. Okay, so as I am taking two topics, that is gerund and infinitives in English, very important why they are used, what they are. The question is here to be answered. Look at that. Gerunds and infinitives are very common in English language. They can be used in many situations. There are different situations for them. Sometimes you may use an infinitive and a gerund. Depends upon the context. Okay? Sometimes you have to choose between the two. What is required? The most suitable. Because using one may be completely wrong. Yes, of course. Does it get confusing? Yes, it does. I am here to clear all the confusion. So how do you know when to use an infinitive and when to use a gerund? This question will be answered here in the next series of the slides. So we are doing some simple rules which are surely helpful for you. Let us start with explaining what infinitives and gerunds are. Before I move to the technical lesson of today's topic, that is infinitive and gerund, very fast I just give you an overview about infinitive and gerund, what they are actually. What is an infinitive? What is a gerund? Look at the technical definition. An infinitive is the verb form. Yes, it's a verb form that has inverted commas too at the beginning. For example, maximum time we are using like this: I like to work, I like to eat. So to with base form of the verb, to do, to sleep, to laugh, to create. It is the simplest verb form, basic verb form that you have to modify to fit into sentences. For example, she sleeps no longer contains the infinitive of the verb to sleep. Instead, it has been conjugated into the simple present third person form of verb to sleep. She sleeps. She loves to sleep. It can be used in the way, in the form of infinitive. But if we need to use in this way, she sleeps, then we need to conjugate our main verb, that is s or es need to be added because she is a singular case. So you got it, what is an infinitive? When we don't make any changes in the basic form of the verb, but we give TOW preposition additional to the base form, that is called as infinitive. Moving to gerund. Now gerunds are formed by adding ing. Remember the trick. Infinitive always with to, and gerunds always with ing, progressive form of the verb. So gerunds are formed by adding ing to the verb sleeping, drawing, swimming. But they are not the ing verb forms that we use. We always use that I'm eating, I'm moving. Okay. In the base form, when we add ing, then it will be used as nouns. I show you how to use it. See, in the present or past continuous tense, they look the same, but gerunds are actually verb forms used as noun. Now swim. Swim, when I add ing, that is swimming. So swimming is my hobby. Okay. Now swimming is noun here. Even though it's a verb base, ing included, showing the progressive also somewhere. But here in the context of this sentence, it shows works at nouns. So these are gerunds. Now let us move to the elaborated session of gerunds. Moving ahead with the gerunds and infinitives, let us start with the gerunds first. Gerunds is the ing form of a verb used as a noun. So simple to understand. Ing form of the verb which is used as noun, they are called gerunds. The base form plus ing. For example, I enjoy learning English. To form negative gerunds, use not plus gerund. Not speaking English well is my biggest problem in the country. Gerunds position in a sentence. Now why they are used? Now this is the answer of your question. Gerunds used as subject of the sentence. Look at the example. Traveling might satisfy your desire for new experiences. As I used my example, swimming is my hobby. So gerund used as subject of the sentence. Gerund used as object of the sentence as well. Look at that. They do not appreciate my singing. In this sentence, it is used as object. Okay? What is the subject here? They. So, you need to understand different usage of one concept, different positions. Now, gerund as object of preposition. Object of preposition, look at that. He is excited about playing tennis. Before playing, there is preposition about. And you know that after preposition, the word need to be edited with ing. That is mandatory. Otherwise, there will be an error. Okay, so in the same way, they have presented gerund as object of preposition. He's excited about playing tennis. By plus gerund, you get good grades by studying hard. Again, the same way, go plus gerund. I will go fishing with you tomorrow. I will go fishing with you tomorrow. In the paper, you can have such type of example. I will go for fishing with you tomorrow. But that will be wrong because here go plus gerund we have used. Infinitives, which I gave you the detailed definition. Infinitive is to plus the simple form of a verb. To form infinitives, use to plus base form of the verb. Example, I want to dance. To form negative infinitives, use not plus infinitive. Example here, he decided not to go to the party. Infinitives positions in a sentence. Now why infinitives are important? Infinitives in the subject position. For example, to live in the United States is my dream. Here it is working as subject in the position. Now infinitive of purpose. I came here in order to learn. To learn is the infinitive and in order it's a purpose. Preposition as well, but as a purpose we are using it. TOO plus adjective or adverb plus infinitive. She's too young to vote. Adjective or adverb plus enough infinitive. They are old enough to vote. Differences of gerund and infinitive. Very important to understand. Gerunds often follow verbs that indicates that an action is happening or has happened. Some progression they show or something has happened. The action expressed by the verb comes at the same time or after the action expressed by the gerund. We enjoy going to concerts. Sometime it happened already or happening. In this way, gerunds are used. Now, infinitives often follow verbs that indicate that an action will or could happen. Means it has not happened, it will happen. So the action expressed by the verb comes before the action expressed by the infinitive. We hope to go to the concert, to the market, to the camp, like that. So very important to understand the difference between gerund and infinitives. Gerund shows the action happened or happening. and infinitives shows action will happen. Verbs that are followed by a noun, phrase plus infinitive can also be followed by a gerund. There is no hard and fast rule that these verbs can be used with gerund and infinitives. Okay, they can be used in either of the way. The gerund makes it general and the infinitive makes specific the person indicated. Gerund verbs come in the simple way, means make it general. Okay, but the infinitive focus over specific person or the thing. Some of the examples here: they allow smoking in this building. They allowed me to smoke in this building. They allow smoking in general. Okay, the notification. They allowed me to smoke in this building, especially to me. I like cooking. I like to cook. Difference in the sentence. She started losing weight. She started to lose weight. When a specific performer of the gerund, action needs to be indicated, a possessive noun or a possessive determiner is used. Determiner you all have done with me. Anyhow, if you haven't, just look at that. What are they? I really appreciate Karan's writing that letter for me. Peter's coming late really annoys me. Now, I really appreciate Karan's, her writing. Peter's, his coming late. Okay, his coming late really annoys me. When a specific performer of the gerund, action needs to be indicated, a possessive noun or possessive determiner is used. Here we are using, means if we make gerund to a specific purpose, that we need to add determiner, possessive determiner, that is his or her. Yes, so this is the rule. Coming to the rule number 4, when an infinitive functions as a subject, any stated subject of the infinitive should be preceded by for. If a person follows for, it must be in object form. Look at the example to understand. When the subject of a gerund is stated, it takes the possessive form. When the subject of a gerund is stated, it takes the possessive form. Possessive form should be there. How it will come? Look at that. For example, for people to see is a wonderful gift. Her desire was for them to take a trip around the world. They hoped for her to be able to attend the concert. Thank you here. Not it's a completion of your session, but to stay there, okay, for the technical session. Now we are moving to the rules and regulations which we need to understand for this session. Now this is the verbal session in which we will do deep learning, deep understanding of gerunds, participles and infinitives. A verbal is a word formed from a verb but functioning as a different part of speech. Now, verbal, it's not that verbal ability which we use often in the vocabulary building. It's a verbals. A verbal is a word formed from a verb but functioning as a different part of speech. Here, even though it is a verb based form, but we are using as noun, as adjective somewhere. Okay, so verbals include infinitives to love, gerund, loving, participles, loved, my loved one. Okay, the dearest one. So let's move on. Infinitives, a small recapping very fast. An infinitive is a verbal usually formed by placing or adding to before the simple present form or base form of a verb. And I hope that you all are penning down the notes. That's very important for you. If you are not, then you are losing your work. I'm telling you here only. Except when the infinitive follows these special verbs in a sentence. Fear, hear, help, let, make, see and watch. These are the exception verbs and that no need to remember them. You will understand in the lesson, in the chapter, in the sentence where they are being used. then you will find out this is an error. So for finding the error, we need to understand what are the right forms of using gerund, infinitives and participles. 2 is dropped and the pattern will be like this: special verb plus direct object plus infinitive 2. The infinitive is called a bare infinitive, where we will remove the infinitives. Now examples of bare infinitives. Bare means without. Although Miss Lesby spent an extra class period helping us understand logarithms, we still failed the test. Now helping SV plus us to understand. Since Joes had destroyed Sylvia's artwork while running and fooling around, she made him take her out for an expensive dinner. Made plus he made him take. Made him take, where infinitives are not coming. Okay? Functions of infinitives. Infinitives can act as noun. To act like that is childish. Adjective also. The clothes to earn are on my bed. Adverb. You came here to study. Infinitives as nouns. Let us talk about. To climb Mount Everest is my greatest ambition. To sleep is the only thing Ali wants after his long trip. To go even after all that trouble didn't seem worthwhile anymore. Noun direct object. When we use as direct object. Direct objects are the receiver of action verb. They answer the question what, who and which. We all want to see. What do we all want? I want to know the answer. What do you want? He always refuses to look up. What does he refuse to do? Barbara decided to leave. What is the decision of Barbara? Okay, now in this slide, what I want to show you, just look at the example. Every sentence is asking some question, putting some question over us. We all want to see what? Okay, in the same way, direct objects are the receiver of the action of the main verb. They answer the question. Noun subject complement. Subject complement is a noun that appears with a linking verb and tells something about the subject. My greatest ambition is to climb Mount Everest. My goal is to write. My plan is to travel. Now in subject complement, noun subject complement, we need to add a linking verb. Now, for example, if I remove this linking verb, then there will be an error. My greatest ambition to climb Mount Everest. My goal to write. My plan to travel. Incomplete sentence. So, complement means giving completing order, fulfilling the requirement by adding linking verb. So, if linking verb is missing, that means there is an error. Now, infinitives as adjectives. Adjective you all know. Adjectives a word or group of words that modifies and or describes a noun or pronouns, which adds something to noun and pronoun. So answer the question what kind. General rule. Adjective infinitives always follow the noun they modify. Look at the example, you will understand. She didn't have permission to go. Modifies permission. She didn't have permission to go. The doctor gave me some vitamins to take. That is not way to speak to your elders. Way. The clothes to iron are on my bed. Infinitives as adverbs, and adverbs you know which add something to the verb. So a word or group of words that modifies a verb, an adjective or another adverb sometimes. Answer the questions why and what extent. You can always identify an adverbial infinitive by inserting the test words in order to in front of infinitive. If the words in order make sense, the infinitive is adverbial. Okay, look at that. When in order to is coming, that means it's an adverbial infinitive. You came here to study. Why did you come here? You came here in order to study. Mother went to the store to buy fruit. Why did mother go to the store? Mother went to the store in order to buy fruits. He took the psychology class to understand human behavior. Why did he take the psychology class? In order to understand. Other functions of infinitive: a positive. My ambition to climb Mount Everest has directed my whole life. Our good intention to diet disappeared quickly. Sorry for the disconnectivity, guys. A positive we are doing. So here first look at the example, then I explain you what is this term. My ambition to climb Mount Everest has directed my whole life. Our good intention to diet disappeared quickly. Now a positive literally means relating to or being apposition. Now what do you mean by apposition? I clear your doubt here. Apposition is a grammatical relation between a word and a noun phrase that follows, means going hand on hand collectively. That relation which word shows known as apposition, and a positive relating to or being apposition means showing the relation. Object of the proposition, I was about to tell you my secret, so easy to understand, means you will have infinitive with proposition. I was about to speak when he interrupted. Activity on infinitives. Now it's very simple for you people to understand. Just sit with your cousin, sibling, peer group, anyone, and just make 5-6 sentences using all type of infinitives we have done. It's simple to understand and it will go to your permanent memory. Now what is a participle? Participle is a verbal that function as an adjective. It is also called verbal adjective. Look at the word. What is a verbal? Now verbal I explained you. What is verbal? Means the verb base form, but they are not used as verb. The same, a verbal is a word formed from a verb but functioning as a different part of speech. What is an adjective? An adjective is a word or group of words that modifies, describes a noun, pronoun or noun equivalents. So what are the usual forms of participle? Present participle, ing, past participle, ed, irregular verbs, en, spoken. Now which is a verb, participle or gerund? My friends are traveling in India. A traveling salesperson came to the door. Traveling tires me out. So these are the three different examples of three different verbal. You need to understand. Traveling tires me out. Traveling, the third one, it's a gerund. In the same way you need to understand. Okay. Now what is the difference between a present participle and a gerund? Look at the difference. Both has ing form. What is the difference? Present participle acts as an adjective, a modifier. Sentence 2, traveling salesperson. Traveling describes the noun salesperson. Gerund act as a noun or pronoun. Traveling tires me out. Traveling serve as a subject. When traveling serves as a subject, it's gerund form. Okay. When traveling means ing base form is describing something, salesperson here, then it is present participle. Now where is a one word participle located in a sentence? A one word participle is an adjective that precedes that noun, pronoun or noun equivalent. It modifies. The burning sun is so beautiful. Burning modifies the word sun. Modification. Okay, explanation in detail, that is burning. Moving ahead with the gerunds. Gerund, I explained you, gerund is a verbal that ends in ing and acts as a noun in a sentence. Very important to keep this clue to remember what are gerunds. With ing and serving as noun. Example, getting late, eating much, running fast, understanding, napping, drinking. So while watching, make 5 review questions from the video and write them in your groups 1 whole sheet paper. Again, talk with your friends, talk with your peer group, your relatives, and make any 5 sentence using gerunds form. Subject, reading is my hobby. I am giving you the example. Follow the same example and develop your own, create your own example. It will be very helpful for you. Reading is my hobby. He likes reading a lot. He is prohibited from reading. Object of a possessive, I don't like your reading. These all are gerunds, but in different form. First sentence serving as subject. Second they are serving as object. Third, they are serving as object of a preposition. And fourth, possessiveness. Now functions continue, subject complement. They complete the subject. My friend favorite pastime is reading. Object complement. I heard Tom reading. A positive, I explained you what is a positive relation when relationship is being showed. His favorite is being shown. His favorite pastime, reading, is so cool. So here I am signing you off. And thanks for bearing me. Thanks for listening me. I know that technical lessons are very bored to understand, to listen. But you have heard, you have listened. It is for your own understanding, your benefit. Because you are appearing for the papers. And in the paper, all the sentences formed basis over these concepts. So today we have started first 2 concepts. And we finished as well. That is gerund and infinitives. So signing you off today by recapping today's task, that is gerunds, a noun formed from a verb based such as ing form of an English verb when used as noun, and infinitive, the uninflected form of the verb with the addition of preposition to. So stay protected, stay safe till the time. Keep on doing. Pen down your old notes. I want to check your old notebooks the moment we will have traditional classroom teaching. Okay, we are hoping for that to be done very soon. But everything depends upon the circumstances till the time. Stay well. Goodbye.